Richard, revisiting the Sandringham summit, with Harry saying that Meghan was deliberately excluded. He says it was clear that they'd planned it so you weren't in the room. What do you think about that?
Who can blame them? My goodness. I mean, look, they knew what was in store. I mean, you know, there was some suggestion at the time that they wanted Meghan to take part, I think, via video call or something like that.
We were briefed that morning that she was going to take part by a kind of video call, and then they decided that Meghan and Harry had decided that wasn't necessary. So that was what was coming.
Yeah, because they would be having their Netflix team recording it, as we have literally seen today with these episodes that went on.
Do you think that's why she was excluded?
I don't know the details, but all I know is that it was meant to be a private family meeting to try and thrash out the various options for what they could do with the couple who had announced dramatically that, you know, they'd had enough or whatever. Now, what have we seen in this programme? We've seen Harry give the most extraordinary private details of this meeting. You know, he has said it was terrifying to have his brother shouting and screaming. He said his father, who's now the king, was saying things which weren't true, and then his grandmother, the late Queen, was just sitting there sort of taking it all in. And it, you know, very vivid, colourful language that will be painful, I would have thought, for William and the king to hear.
How can the situation go on, do you think, where the palace says absolutely nothing when those kinds of details are being brought forward by members of the royal family?
I was just thinking that actually just before we came and sat down to have our chat, the palace said they weren't going to be commenting on the Netflix drama. It might get to a point where that changes, I expect.
It must be,
they might be
so
keeping
exasperating.
I think it is. I mean, people at the palace say to me they're just wearied by it all. I mean, it's been 3 years since we had the Sandringham summit, nearly. And this has been going on for that long, and I think it's just exhausting. I think for anyone who's been in any kind of, you know, family drama knows that it's exhausting at the best of times, but this has been going on for a long time, and I feel like they've just had enough. But also, I think they're probably keeping their powder dry because they've probably got one shot to say something if they want to come out and address any of these concerns. But we've got the book coming as well, 10th of January. There's a huge advance on that book. There's going to have to be some sort of exclusive revelations, one would think, for that money. And perhaps the palace are seeing the lay of the land, not moving too quickly, and see what comes out with that.
Thanks for watching. On Thursdays, don't forget to tune into Palace Confidential, your weekly look at all things royal.